another topic today, and this is the time delay relay, or commonly known as timer. Now, timer is a very important part of motor controls, particularly in the sequential control, sequential operation. So instead of using limit switch, as I've told you, because if you will use limit switch or even micro switches, whatever it is, the connection is very limited. But if you will be using timers, then I think you can have so many circuits. Now, there are two classes of timers or time delay relay. You know, timer is still a relay. So when we say relay, there is always normally open and normally closed contacts. So don't ever forget it. I will only give you directly the symbol, okay? But as to the details, it is very easy because there is always a caption or data every time you will buy a relay or a timer, okay? So we have here on delay, and then we have also off delay. Okay. Then I will illustrate to you the sample on this so that you will really understand. So when we say on delay, you press the button, for instance, no? There is already current in the circuit, but you will notice that the device is not working because this is a presetted, there is a presetted time. So if you want to run the motor 5 minutes after pressing the button, then you need an on delay timer. I said, if you want to run a certain device, no, then it will only run after 5 minutes after pressing the button, then you will use timer. Okay, for instance, how it is, what is the diagram? So you have your diagram, you have your what we call the holding coil, okay, and then you have your contact here. Like that. So this is your normally another common. This is your normally closed, normally open, and this is your normally closed. Okay? So that is it. Now there is a terminal number here. Usually this is terminal 2 and terminal 7. Okay? So if you will look at the timer, you have here a timer. The timer, this timer is programmable. This is programmable timer. Excuse me. So you have here the program. So meaning to say that this timer can be run or can be used for 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 3 minutes, and 3 seconds. So you will simply adjust this. Have you seen the white buttons there? If you want to use this timer as 60 seconds, you adjust this button here, going here, and then the other one going there. So it will look like this. It will look like this. So this is 60, this is seconds. So the timer now is use 60 seconds. So if this one will transfer here and this one will transfer here, a tendency that 3 minutes, and then you have 3, then you have minutes here. So 3 minutes timer. If you will adjust this, no? So, you have here the mode A and mode B. So, when you will use it here, you will notice, you have here, this portion here is your timing contact. This is what we call timing contact, this portion here. This is your timing contact. Now, this timer is a 4-terminal timer. Okay? But, inside the timer is already the ending and the beginning of your normally open, normally closed is already shorted. So, that would serve as a common. So, that is 8 here. So, this is one contact. This one is another contact. So, if you will adjust this to, shall we say, mode B, so you are using this, no? If you will use A and B, you will use this portion here. But this one, no longer, if this is adjusted to A or either B, you can still use this. Now, for instance, why is it that there's a need for you to have a mode B? Now, remember, if you want to adjust this to mode A, this will become a timing contact. But if you want to adjust this to mode B, this will become an instant contact. So when we say instant contact, no more time. When the holding coil is energized, automatically, the contact will move. Automatically, no time. But if you adjust that to mode A, then you need to have a time. Okay? So you can use either this one or this one. But usually, you will use this timing contact, this portion. And then you adjust this to mode B. No, you will adjust this to mode mode A, so that you will have an instant contact or normally open contact. Because sometimes, instead of using magnetic contactor, in order to have a maintaining contact, you will only use this. So, no more magnetic contactor because you are using already the instantaneous contact. So, when we say instantaneous contact, no more time. Okay? So, when we say timing contact, there is time. So, don't ever forget the diagram here. No? Don't ever forget the terminal mark. Don't forget the terminal mark. You have that. Oh, that's a terminal mark. Okay? So, if you want to program this to 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 3 minutes or 3 seconds, use this program button here. And then, if you want to adjust to mode A or mode B, you adjust this one. Then you have your pilot lamp. Now, remember, if you adjust this if you will use this as your on-delay timer, then when you press the button, you adjust this to 5 seconds. This indicating lamp will blink. So when it reaches to preset time, it will light permanently. Okay? So you have your bipin here. This is an 8-terminal timer. So therefore, if you will look at the diagram here, there will be 2 common terminal. The 2 common terminal here is 1 and 8. 1 and 8. So 1 here is the common in this portion, and then 8 here is the common in that portion. Then your terminal terminal for your holding coil is you have here 2 and 7. So this is an AC/DC timer. Okay, this is an AC/DC timer, and then this timer is good for 250 volts, and then good for 5 amperes. So if you think that the device is more than 5 amperes, do not use this. So when you say 5 amperes, that is the ampacity or the contact rating of your instant contact inside. Okay? Now, you have this. You will remember, if this is on delay, just remember this portion here. Remember that. Because for the off delay, the symbol will be like this. You have here. You have the holding coil. You have the common, normally closed and normally open. So look at this portion here. So if this is on delay, this is in the top, and this is in below when it is off delay. Okay, so that is our timer. Now, how would you? Why is it called off delay? So I will give you sample here. So if this is your, you have your holding coil, then like that, then maybe you have a lamp, you want to run the lamp, for instance like this. Okay, so you have here the switch, you have here the holding coil or magnetic coil, you have lamp number 1 and lamp number 2. So if you will energize this, so line 1, line 2, line 1, line 2. So this is your toggle switch, then this is your magnetic coil. So if you are going, you adjust this to 10 seconds. So you will observe, just observe, we are using the contact now, the timing contact. This is what we call timing contact. I will press the button here, switch on the toggle switch. This will energize. Automatically, lamp number 1 will light. Diba? There is a complete circuit here. Automatically. After 10 seconds, the contact here will transfer. There. So lamp number 1 is off, then lamp number 2 is lighting after 10 seconds. That is why it is called off delay. Okay? Now, how about off delay? So here it is, off delay. Okay, so you have your off delay here. Okay, in this connection, you will observe that when you energize this to line 1, line 2, lamp number 1 is already lighting. Okay, without switching first the toggle switch. Okay, oh, look, I energize this, I put this to line 1, line 2. Then look at, trace the circuit. So lamp number 1 is lighting. Okay. Now, when you energize this, observe, when you energize this, let us say you still adjust 10 seconds. When you energize this, automatically the contact will transfer to lamp 2. So lamp 1 now is off. After switching the toggle switch. Instantly, lamp number 2 will light without time. But if I'm going to de-energize or off the holding coil is already de-energized or disconnected from the circuit, but still the lamp is lighting. So we have to wait 10 seconds before this contact will go back to its normal position. So that is what we call off delay. In the on delay, what is it? It will delay for to energize the device. But if you want to off, automatically, there is no time. Instantly, it will off. But if you want to on, based on the preset time, that's the time that it will energize. in the off delay is a reverse. When you switch on, automatically the timing contact will work without time. But if you will de-energize the magnetic coil of your timer, though the magnetic coil is already disconnected from the circuit, but the lamp is still lighting. You have to wait 10 seconds because that is your preset time. Then that's the time that the lamp 2 will be off. So that is an off delay. Okay? Now, this timer here are electronic timer. Then sometimes this is also known as electronic or solid state timer. This is electronically constructed. There are connections inside. So we will not touch anything there. That is not our problem anymore. So there are different types, no? So this is also this is an Omron brand. Then you have here the adjustment. If you want to adjust the seconds, use this one. If you want to adjust the minutes or the dial here, use this one. So this is still a programmable. Okay? The same base 8 terminal. And then you have also another timer here. This is a double timer. If you want to run a motor after 10 seconds, if you want to run a motor after 20 seconds, so meaning to say, you can vary the running operation of your motor. So you can use this double timer. So how to connect? The same. So you have your adjustment here. It's still programmable. If you want to make it 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 3 seconds, 3 minutes, then you have this kind of timer. This is a flash type timer. You cannot mount this immediately. There's a need for you to bore a hole, and then this is the one that will appear in your control box. This is a flash type. Okay? So the principle is the same. So only that you have the adjustment here. Okay? And then we have also timer here that is different from that timer. Natay kitawag na I don't know if I forgot that one, but I think I don't have it here. There is a timer. Here it is. This one. This is a pneumatic timer. No, you have the coil 220. Then you have your timing contact. What is different here from the solid state timer? If you want to adjust the time, use screw and then use your clock. Okay, energize it, use the clock. So while you are adjusting, so let us say you adjust for 3 seconds, so you adjust this for 3 seconds. But how would you determine? With clock, with watch. So may pagkahasol. But that one, since you have the dial, it's okay. Okay? So this one is still an on-delay timer, but specifically used in star delta. We will come to that star delta connection. That is part of the reduced voltage magnetic starter. So technicians are not actually using this one. They are using the Y delta or star delta timer. But this is an on-delay timer. Okay? Okay. So that is the one, no? Now I will give you sample. Let us see. I-open mo. Okay. So you have your circuit here. Let us see a push magnetic across the line starter. Like that. You have your magnetic coil here. From the contactor, you will say contactor. You have maintaining contact, OLC. Then you connect the time relay, I will place the other parallel to your contactor holding coil. And then here is your timing contact. Like that. So for instance, this is your motor. Small motor. I will say small motor. Small horsepower motor. Because you connect it directly to your timer. So for instance, this one. This is coming from contact. You have your timer here, time delay relay holding coil, and then you have your timing contact. Since the symbol is like this, so it is understood that this is an on-delay timer. Now I want to run this motor. Shall we say I want to run this motor for, shall we say, 5 minutes. So I will adjust the timer in 5 minutes. So I will press the button here. The contactor is immediately energized. And then the timer, the holding coil of your timer is energized. But the motor is not. Why? Because you have to wait 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, the contact will transfer here. Then the motor is running. So if we are putting two motors here, you have one motor here, motor number 1, no, like that. This is motor number 2, motor number 1, motor number 2. So if I'm going to press this one, this is energized, this is energized. At the same time, motor number 1 is energized. But the condition here is that motor number 1 will be off after 5 minutes and motor number 2 will run after 5 minutes. So this is now the connection based on that condition. So I press the button here, this will close, energize, energize, energize. After few seconds or after 5 minutes, the contact will transfer here. So the motor number 1 is disconnected and then only motor number 2 is connected. So that is the use of on delay. For the off delay, that will be another topic because I will give you a diagram, again, a condition using an off delay timer. Okay? So that is what we call an on delay timer. Now I introduce this because of sequential control. At the same time, if we will be having now the Y delta with the starter, we can also use a star delta timer having the same principle with this ordinary timer. So that is what we call sequential control. Okay? So I hope you understand this topic and just keep on reviewing. Just keep on reviewing. Hopefully that the pandemic is gone, then you can actually see all the material that I presented, I demonstrated, and then you can also connect the actual connection that you can really witness in actual the operation of all those connections that I presented in all videos. So I hope, no? I hope. Okay? So again, thank you very much and God bless us all.